countless generations, the people of the Okanagan Nations have made this vast area of what is now southern British Columbia their home. Today, the Osoyoos Indian Band continues to invest in their territory through partnerships and economic initiatives that reflect their culture, heritage, and values. I'm heading to Osoyoos Indian Band to meet Chief Clarence Louie, recognized across Canada for his economic stewardship. I've come to see how he's empowering his community with new partnerships and investment opportunities.
Hi, how's it going? Chief Clarence.
Hey Simon, welcome to the Osoyoos Indian Band.
Thank you for having me on your territory.
Show you around.
Sure.
I'm Chief Clarence Louie from the Osoyoos Indian Band in South Central British Columbia.
We hang up, of course, like most bands, we hang up our historical.
My story, I was born here in Oliver, BC, 32,000 acre res, and I've lived here all my life.
Oh, okay. Are you a hockey player?
Yeah, I mean, some of these pictures, I coached hockey.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, he brought his Stanley Cup ring over and
Wow.
been chief for 36 years now and love creating jobs and making money for the Osoyoos Indian Band. That's what I like doing. Simon, this is my office here, and this is some of my memorabilia collection. Yeah, I'm a big sports fan and music fan, and I buy collectibles, signed helmets, Carey Price helmet. That helmet's signed by Russell Wilson.
Wow.
When he won the Super Bowl. It's Ethan Bear's shirt up there when he was in Oiler. I think somebody from back east gave me that lacrosse stick.
It's a mohawk, yeah.
Well, I've always had a passion for creating jobs, for economic development, and providing our own jobs and career opportunities for the Osoyoos Indian Band members.
Were you born and raised here?
Yeah, I was born in the town of Oliver, joins the reserve, so this is our cultural gathering space. So we took the symbolism off the chief's wife's hat, and when we put it on here and added the eagle for the feather that she has on hers. And so here's our residential school memorial wall. It's going to be kind of like the Vietnam Memorial Wall, because all residential schools were red brick buildings.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So we wanted to do a red brick wall.
Huh.
And it's really kind of neat, the off-colored bricks that you see here. We're able to get a few bricks from each of those residential schools.
Oh, wow.
So we can head out. If you want to head out in the pickup, we'll go for a little tour of the res.
Sounds good.
In order to be independent, any community or any First Nation, you have to be economically independent. You can't be independent or self-sufficient or sovereign. First Nations use that word. You can't be sovereign if your governance is dependent on funding from somebody else. And as a First Nation, you have to be economically strong and make your own money and have your own jobs and your own income and your own businesses. The economy is always the number one issue. And I've always made that issue here, in my terms of being chief for 36 years.
Always work for a living.
Jump in Gino Ojek's truck and we'll go to the north end of the reserve where the EV stations are.
Perfect. When did you get this truck?
Gino Ojek says, "Can you keep it for a while?" Sure. 2 years later, he came to pick it up. I said, "Gino, you did the old salesman trick on me. Now I'm attached to it." So he gave me a cousin deal on this truck, and I've had it ever since.
Huh.
Yeah, so we'll head out to the north end of the reserve and show you our industrial park and our EV station out there. We're probably one of the few bands that have 3 substations on the reserve. And we have, hundreds of kilometers or miles, and power lines and gas lines zigzagging all over the res.
What's the importance of connection with Fortis?
Well, everybody likes flicking a switch. Everybody loves electricity, even if they say they're environmentalists.
Right.
Everybody loves their laptops, their cell phones, and we all need electricity. So we've had a good working relationship with Fortis over the many years. Of course, our relationship with Fortis goes back to the 20s, whenever the first substation was put on this reserve in the 1920s. Of course, these power lines and gas lines that run through the reserve, they provide close access to our people when they're building houses. A good partnership is about making money and creating jobs, and I guess in this particular case, doing some good work for the environment. Of course, you can't have a building or a house without electricity.
Right.
You can't lease land out for residential purposes or business purposes, commercial or industrial, without electricity or natural gas. And we have membership housing on the top there. They have awesome views of the valley. Every time we do, I mean, we lease out thousands of acres of land. We have an industrial park that still isn't full, and of course, it all needs power. So this is part of our vineyard right here. We have one of the biggest privately owned vineyards in the country at 300 acres.
300 acres, okay.
I mean, some of our leases and businesses are bigger than most reserves.
Right.
That's Vincor Winery right over there. It's been here since 1980. That's the biggest winery in Western Canada.
Oh, really? Ah. And that's on reserve also?
It's been there since 1980. So this is our business park here, where, of course, with Fortis's partnership we have here, we need power. In fact, we ran out of power. The prison has taken a lot of power. Jackson Triggs winery, Altera Wines, has taken a lot of power. Yeah, so all of these empty lots are available for lease, and we have people, businesses, kicking our tire and wanting to lease this land out, but we have to work with Fortis on how we get more power here.
Right.
And if it wasn't for the power, we wouldn't be able to have any lights on this reserve, whether it's in our personal buildings, our personal houses, or our business partnerships we have with the wineries we have on the reserve, our golf course, our RV park. Every business needs electricity.
How many nation members are employed by your...
All the ones that want to work, we have more jobs than we do band members, so anyone that wants to work is working. In the South Okanagan, we're big and active in the wine industry with leasing vineyards and having our own winery and attracting other wineries. This wine village is the only type of it in Canada, and it just opened up this summer where there's 15 small wineries in one central location. Over the last many decades, the Osoyoos Indian Band has wrapped up and improved its economic self-sufficiency here on the Osoyoos Indian Reserve with many major projects, the Inkweep Cellars being one of them. This is what I think is the best native winery in the world. There's our native winemaker, Justin Hall.
Now tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Justin Hall. I'm the estate winemaker here at Inkweep Cellars. I've been here for 18 years now, and I got my promotion this year. And when I first started in the industry here, within 4 days I knew I wanted to be in the wine industry. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I was pretty sure I wanted to make wine. So I signed up for schooling, and nobody really does that in 4 days. But when I look back at it now, I was like, I really love the passion that I had then. And I think I have it tenfold more now. So, becoming an estate winemaker, or head winemaker, if you will, it's been a journey, but a longer process, I think.
The world's first First Nation winemaker.
Wow.
Just a few months ago, right?
Wow.
Yeah, Grandma, I told her that. She says, your grandpa was making wine long before you were born.
Yeah.
I got a kick out of that one.
That's right.
It's actually a pretty cool feeling.
So I love creating jobs and career opportunities for my people, and many of them manage these companies because that's their career. That's what they want to do, and they love their job. If you can say you love your job, you're a personal success story. You're on, Season Chef. Good stuff.
Take care, Chief.
See ya. Yeah, so we'll head up to the north end of the reserve here where the EV stations are. When Fortis worked with us putting these EV stations, of course we jumped at that opportunity.
And you guys are the first nation to have one of these.
Correct, the first EV stations ever put on an Indian reserve.
Oh, we got a Fortis EV here.
Chief, how you doing there?
Hello, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see a Fortis rep here.
Simon.
Simon Mike, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What does that mean?
Fast charging stations, they're highway grade charging stations.
Right.
And they're meant to enable cars like this one to be able to travel around the province.
Okay.
Charge up anywhere. So you can plug in, you can spend anywhere from 10 minutes to 45 minutes to get a full tank.
Okay.
And away you go.
And why is it important that Fortis is doing these type of charging locations?
Well, as you know, Fortis, we're an energy utility,
Yep.
and this is part of supporting our customers' choices for cleaner transportation. So, our work with the support of the Osoyoos Indian Band is helping to enable cleaner transportation on the roads. But if you got to get from point A to point B, say we're trying to get down to Osoyoos right now, this is what you need to fuel the car up and get back on the road. So hopefully we can see more of these vehicles on the road. Well, relationships are important, and without the customer, we don't have a business at the utility here. So I can't understate the importance of these relationships, whether we're talking about the Osoyoos Indian Band, or the various municipalities and regional districts, or even private businesses that we've partnered with to deploy charging infrastructure. And down my handy card, good to go.
So how long will this take to charge?
To charge this from dead empty to about 80%, it's going to take you anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Electric transportation for an electric utility is a really big deal. This is the largest amount of load growth we're going to see since the advent of the air conditioner, some 30, 40 years ago. And how we realize this load growth is important to customers. As this growth comes on the system, it could drive up costs for all customers. Our objective here is to help accelerate the switch to clean transportation, to electric transportation, and ensure that it's a benefit to customers and has a rate mitigating effect as opposed to an increase in rates for customers. So you can grab a bite to eat, you'd be surprised how quickly the time goes.
And a full charge would cost you how much?
A full charge, you're looking at probably $9 to $15 for a full charge rate to 100%.
That's nice.
I guess these EV stations to me are it's not so much the money. It's what's more important is the environmental concerns and the less pollution in the Okanagan.
I'm going to unplug her.
Okay.
Electricity is a function of the utility, whether it's at home or it's on the road. This is just a new opportunity to serve customers' energy needs, and I think it's a particularly exciting one because for so long we've been accustomed to only serving customers' energy needs at home, at a fixed place in time and space, right? And now the opportunity to help fuel vehicles and contribute to a cleaner environment, I think just underscores the importance of utilities to modern society.
Thank you for showing us your fancy electric car.
Great to see you, Chief. Always a pleasure.
It's nice meeting you, Mike. We'll see you again.
And we're looking at doing more projects. They all depend on our relationship with Fortis. There's no finish line in leadership and there's no finish line in business. It's all about the future.